So if the playoffs was to start today, this how it will look on the Western Conference, and then you got the Eastern Conference as well. So, I mean, they got the 9th and the 10th seed. It will be Portland against Golden State. And I'm going to go straight with Portland. Portland going to easily win this game. Now, if Steph was to come back and play, it may change, but I still believe that they will lose even with even if a healthy Steph Curry come back. I just don't think they have the firepower to win this game. And then if you're looking at the 7th seed and the 8th seed, which is the Phoenix Suns and the Clippers, this one is pretty difficult. If Dylan Brooks comes back and he doesn't get in any foul trouble, I believe that they can possibly give the Clippers an edge, because remember, you only got to win one game. So it's not a 7-game series. So in one game, if Devin Booker just go off, put up about a 60, hey, I'm taking them. But like I said, it just really depends on Dylan Brooks, because he does have a injury, and I think it's like his hand is like maybe like broken, or he just had like surgery or whatever. So he hasn't played any games because he's been out, and then he has a messed up hand, a left hand. I'm not sure if he's right-handed or left-handed. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Dylan Brooks don't show up, Devin Booker is going to have to just go off, and the Clippers are good. The Clippers are good. Ever since they made that trade for Garland, they actually got good, and Mathurin. So not only did Kawhi Leonard got help, he got 2 other superstars, and that trio is gonna be nice. So I will take the Clippers to win this game if Dylan Brooks and Devin Booker don't show up. So that was who I'm going to choose. I'm gonna go with the Clippers, and then I'm gonna go like I said, with Portland. As far as the play-in, once again, they only got to win one game. Now, if I'm looking at the Eastern Conference, you got Philly up there, and you got Charlotte. With a healthy Embiid, remember, play-in, you only got to win one game. It's not a 7-game series, anything like that. So I will take the 76ers. I think full healthy, Paul George comes back. Will he be back? Because I think he had to miss like 25 games or something like that. I'm not sure how many more games he's going to be out. But a full squad, they can easily beat the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets really only got 3 players: Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo Ball. So I don't think they have enough to take on the 76ers. But then again, anything can happen. They do it. That is an offensive powerhouse right there with just them 3 right there. They can put up big numbers real fast. So they just got to have it, like, they just got to be going. You know what I mean? Like, they got to just have that good day. Because like I said, he doesn't really play, but when he does play, he does show up. But let's just say if he don't show up that day, maybe he did play, but he ain't show up. So, it can go either way. But if I had to choose, I'm going with the 76ers. Now, this one is a tough one. We talking about the Miami Heat against Atlanta Hawks. Boy, oh boy, this one's kind of like a flip. It can go either way. It can go either way. It can go Heat. It can go to Hawks. Whoever win this game, they will have to take on the 76ers. I will have the 76ers winning it because Paul George should be back. And if that's the case, I'm going with the 76ers to win. And if they win, they will take on Detroit. And if they lose, well, and the losing team will take on the Boston Celtics. And we're going to swing it back over here to the Western Conference, and we're going to go with the Portland taking on the Clippers, because that's who I'm choosing. And I believe that the Clippers will win this game. If I had to choose, I will go with the Clippers over Portland. And if the Clippers do win, they will have to take on OKC, and Portland will have to take on the Spurs. Now, this is where it gets difficult because a lot of people is underestimating the Clippers. We already said who's on their squad. OKC got a nice squad, but not only do they got a nice starting five, they got a bench. And then you got to play in OKC in OKC. And you guys know they record. Y'all already know they 50 plus wins. First in the Western Conference. As I say, if they have an off night, which I haven't really seen too many off nights from them. If they was have an off night, it is a possibility that they can win. And I'm talking about the Clippers. Maybe they do an upset. You never know. But my pick will be OKC. I'm just saying. You got the Rockets versus the Denver Nuggets. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Nuggets on this one. If they had their full squad, the Rockets, they could win this game. But they don't. They got so many injuries on their team. Steven Adams will be hurt. Is hurt. Fred VanVleet, he's also season injury. Those 2 season injuries that they actually pretty nice. You know, they're good, and KD can't do it by himself. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Nuggets, like I said before. You got the Lakers against the Timberwolves. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. If they all are healthy and they got home court, if they got home court, they're going to win. The Timberwolves could possibly be a first round exit. I just don't see them winning, bro. I mean, we all know Anthony Edwards, that dude, man, but this dude needs some help. And Rudy Gobert I think he's been doing good. He's been doing good, but I don't think that's enough, man. I would say Julius Randle is a non-factor, bro. They definitely need to let him go. If they lose in the first round, they need to let Randle go, and that's just my opinion on it. For real. They need to actually let a few people go. But I'm gonna go with the Lakers to win this game. The Spurs will be taking on Portland, and I believe the Spurs will easily beat Portland. Portland maybe get 2 games, maybe, but yeah. So what we got? The Pistons, which is the 76ers. 76ers taking on the Pistons. That'll be a hell of a game. And that just depends on Embiid at the end. Because if Embiid is not playing or he get hurt at any time, because you got to remember, Detroit is physical. It's a physical team. So if they bump him up, you know what I mean? If they get physical with Embiid out of there. Embiid out of there. And we all know how that's gonna end. If y'all been watching the games, y'all know how the 76ers been looking without Embiid. So I'm going to take Detroit Pistons. It just depends on what Embiid do. If Embiid does not get hurt the whole time, if he don't get hurt the whole series, I'm going with Philly. But I just doubt it's gonna happen. He rarely plays, bro. And then, like I said, the Detroit Pistons are so physical. They coming, they bringing it. So I just don't see them winning it. So I'm going to go with the Detroit Pistons because we just don't know who we gonna get. Like who are we going to get? You know what I mean? When it comes to the 76ers, who we gonna get? Maxey. Even speaking on Tyrese Maxey, I feel like Tyrese Maxey, he just wanted to become an all-star because after the all-star break, it's like I just felt like he wasn't really, giving it his all again. He kind of like to start treading down a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat though. Correct me wrong if in the comments, So I'm going to go with Detroit on that one. And then we got Cleveland versus Toronto. I believe Cleveland will win this game, this series. Toronto, they have some nice pieces on their team, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to take on Cleveland. Now, remember, this is not official. I don't believe. I believe that, they still, things can happen and stuff can get adjusted. But based off this bracket right here, they will take them on. And if they do, the Cleveland will win this game. Cleveland, Harden, Mobley, Jared Allen. Too much firepower. too much firepower, and they gonna beat Toronto. And then we got the Knicks, and we have Orlando. All right, Knicks and Orlando. Boy. First round exit for the Knicks. They out of there. They out of here. Surprisingly, it may surprise some folks, but they not it. They are not it. If you guys been watching the games, you guys know that they not beating any of the good teams. They may get 1 or 2 games, you know, depending on the time of the day. They may win, but they ain't going nowhere. First round exit, they out of there. If you watch ESPN, if you ever watching Stephen A, he has been going off on the New York Knicks for like the past week. And he said he's gonna do this daily. He want the Knicks to know how bad they are, and they are bad. They are not going anywhere. Orlando is a really good team, especially when Frank Wagner come back. Oh my gosh, they are completely defensive. They are completely different squad, bro. They already got the defense, and now they got offense too. Woo-wee. Once they picked up Desmond Bane is underrated, brother. This man has been showing out for the Orlando. That's actually what Orlando really need. You guys know he came from Memphis, and you guys know how Memphis then turned out to be. Like, oh my gosh, like he dodged a bullet. You know what I mean? He got up out of there. You know, they made the trade or whatever, and he got up out of there. And now look at them. You know what I mean? They doing really good. Underrated team. If you guys haven't been watching the game, I suggest that you guys check in on the Orlando Magic. So I have Orlando beating them easily. Probably Knicks win maybe 2 games. And that's a maybe. And then we have the Boston Celtics taking on the losing team, which is I couldn't decide really who was going to win this game, either the Heat or the Hawks. And I'm going to still go with I believe that the Boston Celtics will lose in the first round. And if they hear me out. If they so happen to win, it will have to be a 7-game series. They won in the 7th game. Because if they take on the Hawks or the Heat, I believe that they're going to give them a round for their money. I believe they're going to give them a round for their money. So what do you guys think about my picks, man? I'm going to leave it with that. If you guys want me to get more into detail, please give me a likes, comment, let me know what you guys think about like what I've talked about with all this. The playoffs don't begin until April 18th. So we got like a whole month until things get really set in stone. But based off this bracket right here, this is how it looks. And yeah, if you guys like to hear me talk more about this or want to hear my opinion on this type of things, feel free to comment. And also, if you're feeling very generous, go ahead and hit the like button, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.